Welcome back to Beyond the Quit. Now, this is the podcast for people who refuse to settle, refuse to stop, and refuse to let life dictate their potential. I'm your host, IBB Pro Pete, and today's episode is going to be different. I'm going to forewarn you right now. This isn't motivation. This isn't hype. This isn't fitness tips. This is something deeper, something you were meant to hear. Because today's message is for anybody on the edge, anybody who feels tired, anybody who feels overwhelmed, anybody who feels like they're doing everything right and nothing is moving. So before you quit, I ask you to listen to this. Every journey, fitness, business, relationships, fatherhood, your spiritual walk, every journey has a moment where quitting feels justified, right? A moment where your brain actually makes quitting sound logical or normal. A moment where your emotions and your exhaustion starts telling you stories that feel real. But I'm going to show you something today. That moment is not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you are closer than you think to the other side. So let's get into it. Every transformation hits what I call the quit point. And most people don't recognize it. They think it's failure. They think it's a sign. They think it's proof that they're not built for this. But the quit point isn't the end. It's the transition. And it shows up almost the same way for everyone. Now, there's 4 areas to the quit point. Number 1, the quit point shows up when progress slows. What does that mean? So this is when you're doing everything right and the reward doesn't match the effort, if that makes sense. You're eating clean, training hard, staying disciplined, and the scale doesn't move. Or your business isn't growing. Or your marriage isn't healing. Your prayers don't feel answered. You start thinking, why am I doing all this? What's the point? Now that, ladies and gentlemen, that's the quit point. And listen, progress flows down right before a breakthrough because your body and mind are shifting. It's the hardest part of the process because change is happening beneath the surface. Number 2, the quit point hits when life gets inconvenient. This is when the schedule gets crazy. Your workload increases. Your kids need you. Your sleep is off. Your day seems to get hijacked. Most people think inconvenience is a sign to stop, but it's not at all. It's a sign to prioritize differently. Your goal didn't change. Your environment did. Number 3, the quit point hits when emotions spike. What emotions am I talking about? Frustration, stress, feeling underappreciated, feeling alone, feeling like nobody sees your effort. When emotions rise, logic disappears. And most people quit emotionally, not physically. And number 4, the quit point shows up when expectations collide with reality. People want 90-day results with, a 10-day habit. They want success at the speed of effort. They want breakthroughs without breakdowns. But you don't grow when everything is easy. You grow when everything inside you wants to stop. And you take one more step. Here's the punchline. The quit point is never a sign to stop. It's a sign that the old version of you is dying. And most people quit 1 inch away from the life that they've been praying for. Now, let me bring this home with something more personal. If you follow me on social media, you see the stage photos. You can see the medals. You see the trophies if you're watching a video of this. They see the IFBB Pro title. They see the polished, finished product. But they don't see the moments that built that person. And the hardest moments for me didn't happen on stage at all. My family could tell you that. They happened in silence, in the dark, in the cold, at 4 a.m., when the world is asleep. Now, during prep, your body hurts. Your mind plays games with you that you can only imagine. Food becomes your enemy and your ally at the same exact time. Your mind whispers the loudest when you're hungry. Just one bite. You earned it. You can make it up tomorrow. Nobody will know. But guess what? You will know. And that's the quit point. Now, people ask me all the time, Pete, how do you wake up at 4 a.m.? You must love mornings. Let me tell you something right now. Please listen clearly. I do not love 4 a.m.s. I love what 4 a.m.s does for me. I wake up because I have responsibilities. I have a mission. I have a family. I have deadlines. I have people counting on me. I have a future I refuse to gamble with. And that's the truth. Nobody cares about your excuses. I'm going to repeat that. Nobody cares about your excuses. Your boss doesn't care why you missed that deadline. Your kids don't care why you weren't at their next meet. Your opportunity doesn't care that you were tired. The world remembers presence, not expectations. So 4 a.m. becomes my weapon. At 4 a.m., nobody calls me. No one needs me. No meetings, no emails, no distractions. Just discipline, silence, and purpose. It's where I beat the quit point before the sun even comes up. Do you know how powerful that is? When the rest of the world starts their day, I already became the man I needed to be. 4 a.m. isn't about being extreme. It's about outgrowing the version of you that keeps negotiating with weakness. You don't have 4 a.m., but you do have to create a time in your life where excuses have zero oxygen, because that's where champions are made. So let's get into the mind, because quitting is psychological long before it's physical. Number one, your brain seeks comfort, not progress. When you try to change, your brain panics, not because you're unsafe, but because you're unfamiliar. Your brain prefers, the predictable pain of your old life over the unfamiliar promise of your new life. Number two, quitting becomes a habit. Guess what, everybody? Quitting is a learned behavior. So is perseverance. Quit once, and your brain says, that felt good. Quit twice, and it becomes relief. Quit 3 times, and quitting becomes your identity. Breaking that cycle requires awareness and intentional discomfort. Number three, the inner critic negotiates with you. We all hear the voice. You're tired. You deserve a break. You did enough for today. Nobody will know. That voice sounds supportive, but it's poison. It protects your comfort, not your calling. Number four, quitting destroys self-trust. Every time you say you'll do something and don't, you teach your mind not to believe you. And nothing cripples progress more than a person who doesn't trust their own word. Number five, fatigue is not quitting. Fatigue means rest. Quitting means surrender. I'm going to repeat that. Fatigue means rest. Quitting means surrender. Rest when you must, rest when you have to, but don't you dare surrender. Now, we've all been there, that no quit point, and I hope I've been able to define that for the audience. But here's the exact method I use for pushing past the quit point. And guess what, everybody? It's stuff you already know. You just need to put this into practice. Actually think about it and utilize it. Number one, stop and breathe. It sounds simple, right? But slow your breathing. Reset your nervous system. When emotions take over, logic disappears. Breathing gives you your control back. So again, guys, stop and breathe. Number two, reconnect to your reason. Your why, you've heard this before in motivational talks and discipline talks. Find your why. Your why must be louder than your excuses. Why did you start? Who are you doing this for? What happens if you don't finish? Purpose gives pain meaning. So reconnect to your reason. Number three, shrink that target. Don't think about the whole mountain. Just take one step, then another. Small wins turn into big victories because momentum compounds. We know that. So shrink the target. Number four, make a non-negotiable commitment. Tell yourself, I don't quit, I adjust. You can modify, you can pivot, you can slow down, but quitting is no longer an option. Once quitting is off the table, everything becomes possible. Before you quit, before you walk away from that thing that could change your life, I want you to hear me. You are stronger than your emotions. You are bigger than your excuses. You are more capable than your past has ever shown you. Right now might be your quit point. Right now might be the moment where everything in you says, stop. It's too much. It's not working. But listen, the quit point is always the doorway to the next version of you. Anyone can keep going when it's easy. Anybody. Anyone can stay committed when everything is smooth. But winners, champions, the people who transform their lives, they push 1 inch past the moment most people walk away. So don't quit on your goals. Don't quit on your health. Don't quit on your family. Don't quit on your calling. Don't quit on the you you're trying to become. Push 1 inch further and watch your entire life shift. I'm IBB Pro Pete. This is Beyond the Quit. And remember, your breakthrough isn't on the other side of motivation. It's on the other side of not quitting.